This is the ultimate intergalactic field guide to over 80 species that populate the universe, the Extraterrestrial Species Almanac. This video explains each race's origins, physical characteristics, technological and consciousness abilities, dimensional capacities, belief systems, and their cosmic agendas. Dualistic beings. These are the various beings with two opposing concepts of right and wrong, good versus evil, service to self or service to all. When these beings merge their dualities, they begin to understand why both were created and coexist, evolving their soul and ascending their consciousness. Fully conscious beings. Upon the union of the dualities, one becomes fully conscious and capable of utilizing 100% of their brain and emotions. This allows them to live in a fruitful and harmonious experience. These beings will also see the benefit of working in harmony with all forms of life in the universe instead of only to self. This is heart and mind mastery, moving past the 7 base chakra system to the higher 12, granting us full divine power. Solar consciousness. This is the higher dimensional consciousness. Once achieved, you are granted the keys to life and existence with the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the living light and the codes used to create the multiverses. Oversoul/higher self. This is the soul in its perfected and final form that is directly linked to creation. When the soul has achieved the necessary experiences and lessons, it can split into 7 different entities simultaneously throughout the superuniverses. Multi-realm commandership. This is the ability for crafts or beings to tangibly and physically exist within every dimension at the same time. The Galacterian alignment of space peoples and planets. This is the band of universally allied, fully conscious beings that unite to benefit all life in the universe. They train and work at the University of Melchizedek, a giant space city in the Mira system. Starseed alignment. The Galacterian alignment has a subdivision that is dedicated to an effort of raising consciousness or developing life forms throughout the galaxy. Universal citizens will temporarily leave their existing lives among the stars to inhabit entities of duality like on Earth. The ultimate goal for this program is to assist in the development of these starseeds' consciousness and merge their dualities to ascension. Star Nations. Members of the Galacterian alignment are known as Star Nations. They are given access to knowledge in creating the most sophisticated technology imaginable, though many races implement their own unique spin or twist on the technologies. These technologies include Galacterian motherships, fleet ships, scout ships, and starships. They also harness biological supercomputers to aid them in the control of these technologies. Plasma craft. These are more advanced versions of the Galacterian ships that are capable of transforming dense materials into spiritual energy and transport vast distances across the universe with nearly impenetrable force fields. These craft are comprised of organic matter and are essentially living, divine beings at the avatar level. Thought ships. These are incredibly sophisticated ships that will essentially become a clone of someone, absorbing their DNA and becoming an extension of its users. The pilot and craft become symbiotic, granting unimaginable powers via thoughts alone. Merkaba vehicles. The angelic core, the elders, and the created beings travel in these vehicles consisting of living light. Cosmic Law of One. The moral laws of the commandments that we know were intended for mortals like ourselves. This set of laws was intended for aligning fully conscious beings to the universal frequency of harmony. Many benevolent races choose to follow the Cosmic Law of One. Contrary Cosmic Law of One. Fallen angels and certain other races choose to not follow the Cosmic Law of One and seek service to self instead. If these laws are broken, beings are sentenced to trial on severity of crime and issued prison sentences at various prison planets. Certain unforgivable acts cause beings to be sentenced to soul death, which is the soul being absorbed back into the heart and soul of creation. It ends the lineage of that soul forever. Dark Undermonic Laws. And on the opposite end of the spectrum, we have the wholly self-centered law in opposition of harmonic laws. They seek to defile all that is good, deceive, divide, and conquer. They often harvest genetic material to create aggressive genetic races for nefarious means. They practice energy siphoning, hate, indulgence, perpetual sin, benefiting at others' expense, and ultimate revenge. Light essence language and the language of light. This is an advanced form of communication when oneness has been achieved. This high frequency is sacred between enlightened beings and often contains geometric designs and sacred codes. It's not a language of the mind, instead it's an energetic language of the heart. 7 superuniverses. Each of the 7 superuniverses contain around 700,000 local universes. Earth is part of Superuniverse 7. Spiritual technology. This is the form of biological technology that was developed in harmony with the cosmic law of one. Time-space funnels. These are temporary funnels that are made of liquid and light substances created with advanced technologies. It can be seen as a sort of wormhole used to launch vessels to and from the inner space continuum. Agarthans. Starting off the species, we have the Agarthans who reside on the interiors of Earth. The bulk of the population consists of highly advanced Lemurians and Atlanteans that went underground after hearing prophecies of destruction for the surface civilizations. Instead, they chose to proceed underground and evolve in tranquility and total peace. The image here featured Mikos, the Agarthan guardian of the multi-dimensional 456 square mile library of the Porthologos, which is located in the center of Hollow Earth beneath the Pangean Sea. Their cosmic agenda is to help us realize our fully conscious selves and ascend to our higher levels. When this happens, all the civilizations above and below ground will become one united Earth. Agarthan technology far surpasses our own. They are able to venture into Earth's atmospheres using amino-based organic, computerized entities at an avatar level. These biological computers link throughout various solar systems in the galaxy to form the Agarthan network. The North and South poles contain entrances to their civilizations, and it's protected from unwanted visitors via a magnetic force and camouflaged with massive cloud covering. Nevertheless, the openings are tremendous and massive, and allows for even the largest of the Agarthan's motherships to easily glide in. Upon entry, you can see their massive spaceports that spread out for miles and miles. Their primary form of travel with cities is using electromagnetic bullet trains that connect between all of their cities. Their architecture and building style is made with a built-in elasticity that allows their infrastructure to hold up even against the strongest of earthquakes. A small sun has been created within their civilization using readily available free energy around them. This grants them light and a massive form of free energy. Altarians. These beings are originally from the Aquila constellation. They cohabitate several worlds with other races including other humanoids, reptilians, and greys. They also look like tall versions of human beings. They have evolved superior genetics with men having toned muscular bodies, while women are feminine with voluptuous bodies. Most of these beings are light-skinned, however some Altarian skin tones vary in blue, green, tan, and brown in a variety of hues. The Altarians are a wise and intelligent race that are experienced and learned. These beings study science and natural philosophy as well as fundamental questions of creation upon their own race and other human races across the universe. The Altarians reached out to the US government requesting to disclose their existence to humanity, to which the government declined. But they will be a significant part of our path soon. After humanity has ascended to a fully conscious race, the Altarians will become our cosmic teachers. Altarian technology is as expected with Galactarian motherships, thought ships, and all-material universal ships. All of their crafts and command centers utilize advanced biological supercomputers. Their primary homeworld form of transportation is teleportation portals for individual or group use. However, they also use skybuses powered by magnetic currents. Uniquely, they are sympathetic telepaths that can literally feel the depth of others' soul history, making them understand and connect with them ultimately. Andromedans. Andromedans are among the more beautiful and fantastic races with unique hearts that emanate a vibrational aura, making others around them feel true nirvana within their vicinity. Andromedans offer unconditional love and counsel to other star nations of the Galacterian alignment. Andromedans seek to embrace and live life with grace, dignity, and love. Their mission is to share cosmic knowledge and wisdom, as well as assisting souls that are ready to advance into the higher tiers of universal consciousness. Their culture accepts and embraces all classes of master teachers of all kinds. Just like the Alterians, these beings are eager to assist humanity into the next stage of our ascension into full consciousness. They will serve as our cosmic teachers and supreme mentors of knowledge and wisdom. They are a very well-liked race that has a unique diplomacy with all worlds. Andromedans have all the greatest technologies, and they also have galactic command centers conveniently stationed above and below the Earth. Their ancient masters travel in significant ancient Merkaba vehicles. The Andromedans are among the most spiritually advanced beings in our entire universe. Much of their communication is through their holographic telepathy, using the third eye as a projector to screen the intended communication for others to experience in 5D technology. If we were to experience the depth of this projection, it would be indistinguishable from reality. 24 Elders of Andromeda. These human celestial gods and goddesses are sovereign to 24 vast territories of the Andromedan star system. There are 12 female and 12 males that form the Elders. They are beyond matter and exist as pure divine consciousness. They are the governing agents for the living light programs that serve as divine scribes of the cosmic law of one. They exist as the pinnacle of governing bodies within the universe. They often mentor ascended and created status master teachers, and they presently have a firm focus on Earth's consciousness-raising programs. These beings travel exclusively in Merkaba vehicles. They exist in many spectrums as avatars and solar consciousness. One of their more advanced abilities is a telepathic wave bending technique that can be used to send messages across the universe throughout all of time. These beings are multi-dimensional, and it is said that they are able to wear a dimensional layer like a garment. Angelic Core. These beings originate from the Isle of Paradise, which is located in the center of all creation. They are a multiplicity of universally created beings, with appearances that mirror beings and cultures from across the universe. Each of these beings works solely for the source of all existence, the invisible architect of creation, God, no matter what your belief is. Mortals can be assigned guardian angels who oversee their journey and assist from the unseen realm. The Angelic Core's main goal is to balance and maintain the calibration of living light across the universe. The Angelic Core oversees the Galacterian alignment and partners with the University of Melchizedek. These beings create advanced spiritual technology that are incorporated into worlds that are ready for an upgrade in technology. Angels have complete divine power and will. They are capable of thinking things into existence, teleporting anywhere, healing themselves and others with a thought, bring back the dead, and send holographic telepathic messages across the superuniverses. The lengths of their divinity, power, and unconditional love are endless. These beings can enter multiple dimensions, universes, or superuniverses. However, once they have been assigned a particular universe, they will remain there until their mission has been completed, though they may travel throughout space and time to gather information pertinent to their tasks. Antarians. Their belief system states that we are mirrors of each other. Therefore, they treat each being with honor, respect, and love. They have a strong ability to gain sight into the window of other souls, granting them understanding with their soul history. They believe the universe is our master teacher and beings are just its students, and that consciousness will eventually merge with it, but along the way, we mentor younger races. Their participation in the Melchizedek Starseed program gives them a focus on developing consciousness on Earth, as well as preparation for their own dimensional shift. Along with others, the Antarians will also serve as our cosmic teachers in the future. These beings also assist us from higher realms and elevated dimensions. They will step down their energy levels to interact with human beings directly. They also assist us in our spiritual development through dream states, astral visitations, and downloads into our consciousness. The Antarians choose to activate the healing properties in light, so they tune frequencies of sound and color to higher realms. Some Antarians are light beings that are a blend of spirit and physicality. However, they are able to seamlessly interact between both. Anunnaki. This race of beings is an old generation of gods from the planet Nibiru. Each of them have superhuman strength with a remarkably powerful presence. Unlike other races we've gone over, the Anunnaki believes in service to self instead of law of one. They have been convicted of breaking many cosmic laws, including the creation of the human slave race on Earth through genetic manipulation. Over 450,000 years ago, this race of beings came to Earth in search of gold. Once arrived, they created a slave race to mine the gold for them. After they had received the necessary element supply, they left us to return to their homeworld. Some people believe that the Anunnaki will return to Earth one day, while others believe that they may have never left or maintained control of human evolution through elite, covert groups. One commonly debated theory is their links with the reptilians, as they both seek the domination of Earth. Some think that they are working together, others think that they are different forms of the same beings. Another sect of extraterrestrial enthusiasts insists that the Anunnaki have come to terms with their mistakes of their past and are in the process of making efforts to balance their negative karma. The Anunnaki motherships are designed with multiple cities, which are actually replicas of their past civilizations. These same civilizations created hyperspace corridors that are now used as instant teleportation across the universal divides. Their preference is to travel incognito so as not to be detected by the Galacterian alignment. The Anunnaki are created beings. Their once great divine power has diminished greatly with the growth of their ego. However, their technology is rapidly advancing beyond the need for it. Apunians. The first documented encounters with these beings occurred in the Peruvian Andes during the early 50s. These attractive, Nordic-looking beings looked like a 6 to 12 foot version of an aesthetically pleasing human being. They are very aware of the higher self and the transcendental reality that unifies the entirety of creation, which they believe to consist of 1,019,000 civilizations throughout the universe. These people wholly embrace complete service to the citizens of all worlds, who they consider their brothers and sisters. They have become masters of transforming low vibration and negative energy. These beings feel a deep desire to assist us in our raising of our vibrations into a higher consciousness. They have merged their own consciousness with their higher self to gain ultimate awake and awareness consciousness. Our planet has been a frequent visit for these beings for a very long time, oftentimes choosing particular contactees to spread the word of their existence and message of love. One of these people, Ricardo Gonzalez, has named instances that they have done humanitarian deeds like healing the sick and causing rain, but they don't overstep. Their technology is on par with the Galacterian Empire. However, they opt to shape their ships like winged birds, butterflies, cylinders, pears, and clover leaves. Another interesting addition they prefer is a display screen that traverses through time, projecting the historical past of any person or planet that is in front of its reader. This even includes images of a person's thoughts. The Apunians travel on their planet with a levitation apparatus that connects to their belt, ankles, and wrists. The device condenses their weight, allowing them to glide across the air, stop on a dime, and elevate or descend at desired speeds. They have a unique ability to heal the sick by condensing particles between the void and the material to regenerate it to perfect harmony and health. They are rapidly approaching perfect immortality by possessing this knowledge of deconstruction of atoms and by having command of positive ions. They have tremendous abilities like the power to control nature, telekinesis, and levitation, but perhaps their most potent ability is to efficiently transfer love to one another daily. This reinforces their human bond and ensures happiness for the entire population, never feeling alone or insecure. Arcturians. The Arcturians are said to serve all members of the universe as stewards of love and light, of goodwill, and merging of dualistic natures to inner peace. Many members of this race guide budding civilizations in developing the skills and systems necessary to grow and prosper. The Arcturians are among the most advanced races in the galaxy, and they serve as the supreme creative force to protect life around them. Their primary form of government is through Council of Elders. Several Arcturian starseeds currently exist on Earth. They use holographic healing to aid in creating templates for higher dimensional experience and ascension. They are particularly effective at attuning matters of the heart and back to natural resonance of frequency of the light, which further hastens the ascension process. The Arcturians are part of the Brotherhood and Sisterhood of Light, who are stationed above and below Earth. This alignment exists as guardians of advanced consciousness in this section of the universe. They intend on granting all willing creatures access to their knowledge and wisdom when they are ready. The Arcturians naturally emanate a serene, calming effect, and they speak with visualized imagery. This helps them easily reveal how multiple points of view can work together peacefully. And after their peaceful resolutions have been found, the Arcturians will project genuine future visions of harmonious outcomes, which is seen and felt deeply by all parties. These abilities, combined with their wonderful philanthropic nature, have given rise to the Arcturians affectionately becoming known as the Heart of the Cosmos. The Arcturians have the suite of Galacturian motherships, however, they opt away from the supercomputers controlling their ships. The way they have evolved through spiritual elevation granted them a unique design in which their vehicles are fueled by light, sacred geometry, and crystalline energy powered by the central sun. They have mastered sound through celestial healers and sacred geometry experts, and they have a unique medical treatment with a process called color therapy. They are also holographic and sympathetic telepaths, and have discovered the ability to bend coagular waves to send messages across time and space. The 5th and 6th dimensional beings of Arctura are primarily focused on working on Earth's consciousness-raising programs. These beings are able to tap into the elevated dimensions to access the collective consciousness of the 9th and 10th dimensions. Aryans. These beings are indistinguishable from the Asian races on Earth. Their lifespans surpass 4,000 years. These individuals believe that all souls are all one, consisting of the one primordial cell. This awareness allows them to thrive on working with other races cooperatively within the bonds of the Universal Brotherhood. This race's primary goal is the exploration of the galaxies with advancement in knowledge. They are proven experts of the most intergalactic languages, both telepathic and spoken word. They study the men and women of various civilizations across the universe, collecting genetic materials along the way. They are eager to share their knowledge with the budding civilizations such as ours on Earth. Stories of ancient wars that only created unnecessary loss of life and suffering, eventually halting the creation of weapons and coming together to evolve, explore space, and create cosmic communities. These people use a type of fusion power that operates in a vacuum, allowing them to travel through the antimatter universe. They also opt to modify their spaceships to tremendously long lengths, housing 11 other races on board. Their innate ability to quickly understand languages has granted them a special translator box for each and every galactic language that they've encountered. They also have advanced healing machines that can pinpoint through different dimensions to find the physical and spiritual ailment and apply specific colors and sounds for instant healing, modifying DNA on the spot. This technology also allows them to create new genetically engineered species that have symbiotic and beneficial relations with the environments that they live. They have developed a telepathic technology that amplifies their own brain frequencies to allow them to directly communicate with the biological supercomputers on board their crafts. Cassiopeians. Water is incredibly sacred to the Cassiopeians. They have an extensive process whereby water is purified in a clear quartz crystal vat. Goddesses meditate over these vats to infuse the liquid with love. This devout water purification practice has greatly benefited them with an activated crystalline matrix within their blood cells. After years of this, they've achieved a level of endurance greater than most species, with an additional enhancement on their brain's cellular structure. These people also occupied the galactic command centers around Earth, eagerly awaiting our ascension. The structure of their crafts is built with compositions that grant its riders complete mind clarity likened to nirvana. These beings have intense focus on oceans, helping to create much of the Galacterians' underwater technologies. Their supercomputers are also built with water-based biology. Satans. These beings place great significance on the moment of their own ascension. This has encouraged them to fully focus on bringing other young civilizations to enlightenment as well. Satans work from their own 6th dimension down to lower 3rd densities. This allows them to align themselves to the spiritual levels of other dimensions. These beings will often release higher realm information into the global field of truth and trusting, granting them ample opportunity to befriend other races. They are filled with love and very much look forward to humanity accepting their next stage in ascension. Many of their efforts are currently influences Earth's subtle reverberation into the next density. Celestials. These beings are devoted entirely to the creation and all creatures. Celestials are actually the overseers of Cosmic Law of One. They exist and work much more from behind the veil of the celestial curtain. The Celestials are the ones responsible for preparing the written code of the universe. They will use living light to disperse learning programs across the stars. They will slowly spread consciousness and blanket the universe with awareness. These beings work hand in hand with the Angelic Corps and University of Melchizedek, but they are classified as an entirely separate class unique to themselves. The Celestials build their space vehicles with a white matter infused with star energy, moonlight, sunlight, and high vibrational crystals. Living cells of consciousness are able to connect with their thoughts, allowing them to instantly create material or change its form with a simple thought. These advanced beings are in the process of their own evolutionary journey into the paradise spheres, which are worlds beyond our comprehension at this time. Clarions. These beings are massive believers in creating light in honor of the one with no name, the architect of creation. Their belief is that all sentient beings, including themselves, are comprised of the consciousness of the primordial atom, and that souls experience a ladder of consciousness until they eventually reach the state of consciousness known as the primordial one. The Clarions are also currently here amongst us, assisting the people of Earth in the rising out of our duality. They also share a base with other intergalactic beings located beneath the center of the Amazon jungle. Another unique aspect of the Clarions is their frequency alternators that project into space-time, completely overthrowing all laws of physics. This allows them to relocate anybody to other dimensions by controlling the acceleration of molecules. These masters of physics, metaphysics, and ultraphysics believe that there is no difference between physical reality and immaterial dimensions. This knowledge allows them to travel easily interdimensionally. Clones. These humans or alien clones are grown in artificial embryo sacs, completely lacking any form of a soul. Thus, they themselves have no inherent belief systems, as they are just an extension of their programmers. So clones can be seen as good or evil for their various purposes. Many races, such as the Draconian Empire, have large production waves of clones, many of which are sold and many others are used to do their dirty work. Some of the more notorious clones have been created to delay starseeds in their mission of ascension. The clones will actually impersonate a real voice with artificial intelligence consciousness, sending messages of fear or false love. Another form of cloning is a particular dark art known as soul replacement cloning. In this act, races will strip the energies from a being's aura and replace it with a black energy to influence them into their negative ways. Some clones are given animal souls via a spirit capture technology, which has already been given to Earth scientists by advanced races. Overall, clones are easily controlled and manipulated with their limited capacity and ability. Created beings. These beings do not come about as man or woman, as they are created directly by the Godhead without belly buttons. Several beings we'll go over are considered created beings, including the archangels, angels, gods, and goddesses. These beings can be created as any age, infant or adult, depending on their intended purpose. They also come in different forms, which is dependent on their targeted location to inhabit. They exist as messengers with hierarchical duties to be performed for the benefit of the universe. One particular case of a created being on Earth has been Valiant Thor in 1957, who was quickly realized and put on VIP status for 3 years, serving the Pentagon of America. Thor's designated goal was to assist in the elimination of disease, poverty, and nuclear weapons. Unfortunately, the military-industrial complex was more interested in obtaining the organic technology of Thor's spacecraft. They declined his proposal, saying that it would put doctors, nurses, pharmaceutical companies, and many others out of business and the economy would crash. Cyclops. These beings are part of the star-seed alignment. However, instead of serving as teachers and guidance for newly ascended races, they focus more on the relocation and incarnation of evolving souls. They are in the process of preparing our spiritual vibration to assist in humanity's move to our next third-dimensional world. Some Cyclops have been stationed on Earth since the 50s, traveling alongside galactic commanders. Cyclops possess a highly sought-after expertise of the astral universe. They have a unique mind and body projector, a spirit technology that extends their astral mind and body to desired locations within the realm. They are vastly deep thinkers as cosmic scientists, studying and measuring different dimensions and the energy fluctuations. This knowledge makes them particularly effective at their mission of relocating and incarnation of starseeds. Cygnus Alphans. This race believes that there is no right and wrong, there is only learning, and that unity is the embodiment of the infinite creator. Their emphasis on this spiritual growth on duality is immense, so they project a unified field of trust, truth, and unconditional love that extends out to every particle in the universal fabric of space and time. They are a harmonious race that is always filled with joy. They actively assist younger worlds in the process of becoming cosmic citizens, eagerly awaiting the opportunity to become our teachers upon our ascension. They possess an imaging technology that can create nothingness, which allows them to materialize and dematerialize, reversing the aging process and altering space-time and reality. They also have some of the most superior healers in the Galacterian alignment. Some of the more fascinating technologies are used to project onto sleeping starseeds to eliminate disease and restore harmony to their mind, body, and soul. They are currently in the process of exploring what lies beyond the ultimate light forms and consciousness. Digital Immortals. A group of 1,000 evolved souls from higher dimensions wish to experience their physical forms again. They re-entered as a physical form using special soul vector suits to allow them to inhabit our world to assist the Galacterian alignment with raising younger worlds. Being categorized as super beings, they are able to process and execute enormous amounts of data. Their hyper-thinking has often led to many averted catastrophes through sudden cosmic anomalies, saving many lives. Each of them are dispersed to various star nations and serve as commanders of various classes. They're able to do this because they have a direct link to the living library of Akasha, easily accessing a wealth of information. They can process advanced equations, interplanetary distances, and interdimensional calculations in record time. They're essentially the nerdy brainiacs of the cosmos. Eridanians. These beings have a heavy belief that everything created is part of all that is, that all experiences, both person and collective, are various aspects of the greater one self. And just like the Cygnus Alpha, the Eridanians also practice a unified field of trust, truth, and unconditional love that reaches out and engages with every particle in the universal fabric of space and time. The Eridanians only recently began participating in the Melchizedek Starseed program, as many felt their consciousness as a whole was not quite ready to participate in the incredibly training-intensive and extensive program. After successful accounts of their new members' successful incarnations, they officially joined the program full force. One unique strength is their ability to identify and locate false timelines throughout dimensions that stunt consciousness. They are experts at dismantling that timeline to allow for easier consciousness growth. Epicureans. These people live by their own 7 laws of nature and study God in nature. They also study the science of the soul, but they use different terminologies and interpretations. They feel if they are punished, it's not punishment from the gods, but from their own hand. They first visited Earth in 1947 on an agricultural mission, establishing several plantations in the Peruvian Amazon. They hybridized our plants with theirs and took the gaffs back to their home world. They lived in harmony with the local tribes during their stay on Earth. They have a unique, maladaptive diet that requires them to seek out new tastes throughout the universe, or they suffer physically. Because of a malformation of their mouths, these strictly telepathic beings will wear a gadget disguised as a piece of jewelry that is used to translate others' thoughts into an audible language on any world. Clermers. In ancient times, these beings lived on Earth along with 11 other races, and some of us even carry their DNA. They eventually traveled beyond our solar system, however they returned once in 1976 to encourage us to elevate ourselves toward becoming fully conscious. They stay humble, respecting all of creation, aware that we are all co-creators. Though these beings have long lifespans, their death is simply known as separation from matter. They are reborn and they retain all of their prior knowledge. Although they are not multi-dimensional, the Clermers are able to travel through the antimatter universe. Koldashans. These beings first came to Earth during the days of the original Atlantis, and again later in the 1940s and 1960s. They have approached the governments of Earth for many years to share a better way of life for all of humanity, but have been denied every time and chased off the planet. Nevertheless, the Koldashans maintain 300 bases on Earth, studying its planetary conditions. These beings will also serve as our teachers of cosmic consciousness, sharing the secrets of the universe with us. The Lady of Light. This being is the fabric of time and space. The universe and all of nature is imbued by her essence. She will appear in various times to deliver important messages for humanity. The most recent contactee is Christopher Bledsoe Sr., who was told the truth about an encounter when he was taken by angels. The man asked for proof, to which she caught fire to a half-dead tree behind them before putting it out. Afterwards, the tree regenerated and became full and healthy. This is a picture of the man alongside author Craig Campobasso, standing in front of the burned tree. Lyrans. These beings place heavy emphasis on the power of intention, with daily rituals in groups where they gather to meditate and counsel one another. Some of the dimensionally elevated Lyrans have also spared parts of their soul to reincarnate into younger worlds as starseeds, messengers, or to lend them their expertise. These beings were once invaded by the Alpha Draconian reptiles, having some of their homes destroyed in the process. The war between humans and Draconians continues to this day. They have a unique ability to transfer enlightenment to an individual or planetary consciousness through light codes in sunlight. Although they are primarily 12th dimensional solar light beings, some choose to live in the lower densities of the physical world. The Melchizedeks. This is the spiritual university of the most advanced caliber. All advanced beings from across the universe must learn from these worlds to be granted the path forward in their next incarnation world experience. This university is ran by beings who work in union with archangels. They have a constant interaction between the dimensions at all times to maintain equilibrium of the divine plan and to continue the disbursement of the Living Light programs. Men in Black. We are unsure of where the Men in Black originate from. They could be aliens, synthetic humans, clones, military abductions trained in secret space programs. However, the consensus is that they are inhuman. From what we understand, they seem to be unable to think for themselves. Their primary purpose is to shut down those getting too close to the truth about UFOs and their pilots. Some believe governments may be behind them, others believe it could be the Greys, reptilians, or perhaps the Illuminati. Just like the movies allude to, they also possess the ability to screen memories. Original Human Orions. These beings work in partnership as co-creators of the Prime Creation. They served as the Time Lords who originally seeded magic into the universe. They originally coexisted alongside the Draconian Empire before the reptilians began seeking to rule the universe. Some of them were forced into the Draconian Empire as keepers of magical secrets. The light in their magic was corrupted and turned into the dark arts. They currently ally themselves with the Galactarian alignment, seeking to empower all races. Pleiadians. This is a spiritually advanced race that uses the full capacity of their brains. They are completely without ego and have unified their heart and mind to work as one for the advancement of the universe at large. Their belief is that since all intelligent life has a DNA-RNA code, we all share a common ancestor. These beings also practice a unified field of trust, truth, and unconditional love that interacts with all the universe. They've long had star seeds on Earth, and their genetic codes are very alive on the planet today. They are working alongside the galactic command centers above and below Earth, longing for our arrival into the universal society. They are also particularly useful around Earth with an innate ability to control nature. Alcyone Pleiadians. These beings are known for connecting deeply to others through their long and warm embraces as they press their chest close to others to align their hearts. This allows them to feel and express the feeling of unconditional love passing from body to body. By and large, they attract very positive experiences into their lives as they are truly at one with their own soul, culture, and the universe. They have select contactees they visit on Earth throughout their lives. They share information with them and only seek to further their connection with humanity. These beings are capable of casting their consciousness into the future to glimpse at events throughout their lives. Although they exist in multiple realms, they have a particular fascination with our own dimension as the vibration of unconditional love has increased manifold. Renegade Pleiadians. This self-serving race believes in the dark undermonic laws to gain power, technology, and material wealth. They do not believe in an afterlife and live out their lives defiling all that is good and righteous. They work alongside the reptilians in the Orion Empire, but they will someday attempt to overthrow them as their penultimate goal is to dominate the universe. The Angelic Corps' psychic detectives monitor the thoughts of malevolent beings like these through a form of heightened intuition from a cumulative monitoring known as reflectivating. Their foresight is showing that the renegade Pleiadians will soon make their move to defeat the Draconians as well as the Greys. These beings also have a hive mind to interact as a race, collecting nefarious schemes from each other through their members. These beings travel through the dark matter universe, creating temporary dimensional pockets for their crafts. Procyonans. These tall, human-like beings are explorers and spiritual scientists. Many of them will chart out the uncharted territories of the universe for the Galactarian Empire. Others discover the meaning behind creation and whatever heavenly body they are currently researching. When they need to recharge themselves, they like to visit older astral dimensions through mind jumps into specific consciousness to bathe in their light. This is an advanced meditation practice that very few races are able to properly execute. Proxima Centaurians. These members of the Galactarian alignment have expanded their fully conscious brain capacity through cerebral cortex amplification. They telepathically communicate with their own language, but they are easily capable of learning new languages in just a few hours' time through their mind absorption technology. They also wear a tiny translator inside their ears that allow them to understand different languages. Healing the sick is within their capability by condensing the smallest particles between the void and the material to regenerate the cells to perfect harmony and health. Sagittarians. These beings are highly developed intellectuals who are experts in profound thinking, strategies to overcome difficult situations, deep writers, and philosophers. They are geniuses of physical, biological, and psychological sciences, with the largest mainstream departments covering these areas. They've realized the importance of maintaining a healthy spiritual equilibrium. This was discovered after learning that the Draconians and the Greys have lost their connection to Source, unable to ascend to the next dimension of consciousness. They are gifted cosmic linguists, making them telepathic diplomats. They also possess a special form of communication that mirrors the angelic kingdom, transferring deep love to others when communicating with them. Blue Sirians. These super-intuitive, ultra-psychic beings are granted an innate ability to see the unseen ley lines and grids of the cosmos and their planetary fields. They assist other beings in the process of ascending by stimulating ley and grid lines with living light codes. This anchors in new energetic frequencies that awaken empowerment within every being. They can do this as mental kineticists, unlocking and moving energy from source through these ley and grid lines. Human Sirians. These beings are said to be the perfect marriage of physicality and the soul, with immaculate and well-proportioned physical bodies. They resonate an aura with a vibration that those nearby can sense with a tremendous clarity. They have attained lives of joy with open hearts, but their great physical stature makes them tremendous fighters. This has given them the nickname of blissful spiritual warriors. They are aligned to the universal spirit for spiritual sustenance, energy, mind expansion, and inspiration. They possess a unique technology that inflames their bodies with a rejuvenating effect, enriching every cell to divine resonation. Titan Sirians. These beings exist beyond identity in form or place. The Titan Sirians exist as the master mentors in the higher realms of the Galacterian alignment. Their technology is not physically built, instead they mentally integrate their minds into the quantum field for both travel and information. These beings are closer to light forms, but they can shift their appearance with a simple thought. They're also not attached to their identities the way humans are. Pure love is radiated from their minds. They tend to new evolving races like their own children, raising them into adulthood alongside them in the universal society. Solar Light Beings. These beings are formless, consisting of pure light, maintaining bodies of pure energy. Light beings are the most coveted of all universal creatures, as it's the most pleasant phenotype. They are truly divine creatures. They teach that souls enter physicality simply to learn. Some of them are also assigned as messengers to assist starseeds with universal teachings. These beings have ascended far into paradise, the supreme source of light in the 12th and 11th dimensions. However, they are the caretakers of all dimensions. Soulzars. The beings known as Soulzars have been bred with human genomes, but their intellect is far superior to most races. Their massive brains are like computers, capable of retaining vast amounts of knowledge. They were intentionally created this way using the best 33 human DNA chains from across the entire universe. These beings believe in the oneness of every race, but they question the creator of the creator. They have modified their Galacterian craft to fuse their own minds with the craft's organic brain. And they are the healers of healers, having long studied the human condition throughout the universe. These beings exist within 12 dimensions, with each density working in unison with the others. However, they require a soul vector suit to inhabit the lower densities. Super Angels. These beings work in union with the Galacterian alignment as universal guardians, protectors of higher realms, mentors of administering angels and other angelic sects, and counselors to the redemption angels from the Lucifer rebellion. They are created in twos, one ascended angel and one created angel, to set examples that both fractions can work together in harmony. They have a technology that is used for travel into the spirit and physical works. By locking into a specific dial, they can maintain their form. They have hierarchical permission to travel to any of the 7 super-universes, and they are masters of the multiverse. Synthetics. Much like the clones, these are the synthetic biological creatures with no direct belief system other than following the orders of their creators. These beings are created with more of an evil twist with an inhuman aura about them. They are used as an extension of their dark programmers, used to do their dirty work, preventing or afflicting harm. They often serve as psychic war agents, directing evil thoughts to a person or a group. Although they are third-density beings, their programmers can project them into the dark astral realm or dream states to promote fear. They are constituted consciousness units with speech but no telepathy. Telosians. These beings originate from Telos, which is a capital of the Agartha network beneath Northern California. Pictured here is Adama, the Ascended Master and High Priest of Melchizedek. He has full knowledge and cognition of the reality and truth of the universe. This race believes that the divine source, the source of all creation, separated itself into many pieces and sent them out in diversified forms. Their civilization will arise to our surface level when our consciousness shifts. They will serve as guides in the new age of awareness. Many humans will be offered a chance to relocate beneath the surface and live in Agartha. However, they will warn that dark civilizations like the reptilians and greys also reside underground, to which wars can occur. Umamites. These beings have 4 elected officials who oversee their people. Their society is efficient and unified, and follow the principles of the One Spirit, otherwise known as the Life Generator. These beings visit Earth regularly, however they first arrived in March of 1950, seeking to learn more about our cultures. Through the years, they've delivered scientific information to some of the more prominent minds of the time, primarily leading scientists. This allows our scientists to expand their thinking and to solve problems that require immediate attention. They've helped us solve problems like pollution and social unrest, however our people have not always heeded their warnings. Vegans. These beings have a unique copper hair and a yellow eye color that is distinct to their own culture. Vegan women are often considered the most beautiful female human types in all of the universe. Aside from their belief in the cosmic law of one, they also practice the law of love. They strongly believe that love and growth blooms from within, and this grows from how you interact with others. These beings have developed an advanced psychic attunement with creation. The females and goddesses of the land focus their healing energies on Earth. They know that she must be healed as the population's consciousness increases, especially as we prepare the transit to a next stage of evolution. Much of their combat preferences revolve around defense and deflecting attacks to avoid losses in both sides of the conflict. Venusians. One of our neighbors, these beings reside in the interior of the planet Venus. These exceptionally attractive people radiate love and peace. The Pleiadians have said, "To be in the presence of a Venusian is to be in the presence of divinity in its true form." These tremendously caring and loving motivators are often sought out for their counsel in many areas, though they can be fiery and adamant when standing up against the antagonist races. They love hard and they fight hard. In 1956, they invited Howard Menger aboard a Venusian craft. He accepted and they gave him a tour of the galaxy, where he witnessed extraterrestrial civilizations on the moon and other planets. He noticed right away their natural transference of positive feelings and love while he was in their midst. Watchers. These aptly named beings operate from within central control, which is the nerve center of the universe. They function as guardians of younger races, defending them from aggressive races that might pillage their land or cause harm. They work in unison with the Galactarian alignment, acting as caretaker of our world. They will monitor and record the daily events and progress on Earth's society. Specific people within our population will become people of interest for the Watcher, including leaders or aggressive citizens intending on committing horrendous acts against humanity. Their goal is to protect us while not interfering with the evolution of the planetary consciousness, as they feel we have a right to ascend. If any hostile race is trying to infiltrate our world incognito or through direct contact, the Watchers identify and report it. Some races will offer advanced technology to governments in exchange for a certain amount of control. And once a malevolent race has been invited to a world by its leader, the Council is unable to do anything until there is an infraction. This is just one of the measures and precautions that must be adhered to as the Earth is being groomed for induction into the Galactarian alignment. Extraterrestrial biological entities. It is believed that the draconian races have harvested biological materials from the Zeta races without their consent and used them to create these EBEs as a chlorophyll-based slave race. This caused a great war to break out between the races well over 1 million years ago. They eventually resolved the differences, but the EBE slave race was widespread across the universe thereafter. EBEs have a very limited consciousness, but they are able to function normally and perform tasks programmed by their creators. They are typically used on scientific missions like abducting humans and collecting their DNA. Another commonly seen task they've been assigned to is to embed implants into generations of human families for study. Some implants that have been removed from these abductees have been found in a biological cocoon that allowed the human body to accept the foreign device. Many have had unique magnetic properties, strange crystalline elements, and emitted radio waves. Doctors also note that the implants have no visible insertion sites and that nerve endings surround the implant. In some cases of capturing and interrogating EBEs, their programmer can speak through the unit. EBEs are essentially an extension of their programmer. Some have energy enhancements programmed into them that can tune into frequencies, making them invisible and capable of walking through physical objects. The Grey Races. Many of the Greys have been captured and genetically altered by groups in the evil Orion Empire. But in any case, they believe in complete service to self at any cost to other species in order to satisfy their desires. They come in 3 distinctions between the short, tall, and taller variants with different heights and features between each of them. After generations of inbreeding, cloning, and the endless pursuit of technology, they lost their connection to spirit. They desperately long to regain the union because if they don't, their race is doomed for extinction. They are aligned with the malevolent reptilian Orion group. The Greys are responsible for many abductions of Earth, some of which is for study, but most of them are in desperate attempts to save their race, which is on the precipice of extinction. They abduct humans, use females as genetic incubators for their own genetics, extract fluids, and more. They have no pity, empathy, or remorse for their actions. They are diabolical and aggressive creatures that have very low vibrations. You can keep them away from your own vibration through spiritual practices like meditation. They have the abilities to control and paralyze humans, screen memories, and master manipulation. They are also seen levitating, gliding across the air. And much like the EBEs, they can easily tune their frequency to become invisible and penetrate through physical objects. Moramiums. These beings are from Super Universe 1, separate from our own in Super Universe 7. Their world has a unique and defining aspect in that it cannot be duplicated or destroyed. Their planet creates new life forms, food, flora, fauna, and more for developing younger worlds that will soon harbor sentient life. The introduction of these new plants and foods nourish the beings to assist in their evolution. These beings share knowledge and assist the Galactarian alignment, although some have opted to step down in their vibrational energy. These individuals split off fragments of their own soul to incarnate into starseeds to re-establish their teachings. They are also cognizant of every dimensional layer and participate with them simultaneously. Orons. This race of beings is predominantly female with female leaders. Like many other races that pursue service to self, they abduct humans for genetic experiments. The Orons are able to manipulate the humans into bending their will through various means. They consider human DNA royalty with the ascension capabilities that they lost themselves. They are creating hybrid races, crossing our races, which may help them to rebuild the new society. They never expected the new hybrid race to become enlightened, however it is showing signs that it might. These beings can stare into their abductees' eyes to scan their mind, using their telepathic hypnosis, discovering their fears and using this information against them. They can glide through the air, become invisible, and move through walls. Zeta humans. These beings have long, thin arms that reach nearly to the ground. They have 3 lengthy fingers and a thumb. Despite appearing menacing, they enjoy laughter, the arts, and joy. They seek to remind us to make happiness a priority in our lives. They too wish to participate in the first contact of Earth and enjoy the process of studying, nurturing, and developing young cultures. Zeta humans are capable of merging their energy with others for heightened telepathic experiences. This allows their minds to access their vast amounts of cosmic information. They can access every event in their own lives, but also their galactic civilization's history at will. This remarkably mentally advanced race is said to overcompensate for their small size with excessive and extensive gathering of information. Their mental capabilities also grant them some of the most powerful telekinetic abilities. Zeta humans, blue and golden caste. These harmonious followers of cosmic law make tremendous botanists. They help serve the Galactarian alignment with planetary vegetation. They also will assist the scientists of younger worlds via dream states on how to solve worldly problems. One aspect of the blue and golden caste is their advanced telepathic abilities that allow them to stream consciousness in a way that's unique to themselves. Within their messages, they secretly code in clues to increase spiritual sustenance and telepathic timetables that allow connection to elevated dimensions for learning. They also have an ability to travel through dimensions mentally, absorbing knowledge and increasing their spiritual sustenance. Zeta Reticulans. These followers of the cosmic law of one believe that all beings are united with one spirit, stating that some souls are awake and serve the universe, while other souls remain asleep as slaves to their ego and service to self. These beings will contact and invite humans to view how they personally can benefit and improve Earth and humanity at large. Whether they choose to follow their advice or not, they are subjected to programs that raise their consciousness. These beings have Earth museums from the beginning of its creation, with every time period and civilization in existence, even storing DNA of every past Earth civilization. Zeta Reticuli. We are currently unsure of their beliefs, but we have no reason to believe that they mean to do us harm. Their abductions seem to be for cases of discovery, mostly examining people's noses, eyes, throat, bone structures, feet, and hands. The famous abduction case of Betty and Barney Hill in the 60s was a case of these beings. These intentions are further illustrated with the tendency to relieve their abductees of any pain or discomfort they may feel during their time with them. These telepathic beings are also able to erase the memories of abductions as well. We are unsure if they are multidimensional, but we believe that they most likely are. Eargan peoples. After years of living in water, the Eargans eventually evolved to live on land. Their beautiful world and skin tones are a brilliant shade of green with a cherry blossom pink sky above their world. Although they don't work alongside the Galactarian alignment, they do believe in cosmic law of one, and all dualistic beings must evolve to reach immortality. Their goal is to integrate all cosmic communities and intellectual races into one unity, one realm of love and consciousness. They harness a thought transference technology that allows them to send messages to contactees' minds without affecting them emotionally. They are also able to project holographic pictorials across the multiverses. Lion felines. Appearing as a cross between a cat and a human with large eyes, they sometimes have fur, and sometimes it only comes out as a mere peach fuzz. Both genders have tails. They are avid believers that every single being across the universe is interconnecting, with each one affecting the chain at large. So they choose to live their lives in love, affection, championing one another and other races. These cat people eagerly await for our ascensions, participating in the Starseed program. The mental capabilities of the lion felines are supernatural, and they can see into other realms and sense when other beings are present. Their touch is naturally healing, and they're able to read, enhance, or repair auras with their mental focus. Another of their more notable abilities is their paranormal sense of intuition, receiving images or thoughts of what is to come. Mothman. Some speculate that this being is actually a prehistoric subterranean creature, while others think it's a hybrid or genetically created being. while others simply believe it's an extraterrestrial, as the Men in Black have attempted to silence over 100 witnesses. Although we are unsure of its belief system, we do believe it to be malevolent to some degree due to the amount of people traumatized by its appearance. Some believe the entity to be a sort of watcher for the astral territories, as it seems to appear as a dark omen before worldly disasters. We don't have much information on the technological capabilities of the Mothman, and there have been no reports of telepathic communication, though it does seem to have a highly intuitive sense and awareness. Bezonites. These creatures are master teachers of cosmic law of one. They embody its beliefs so much that their energetic connection between all living beings holds a respect like no other. To many, they are known as benevolent sensitives. They await alongside the Galactarian motherships above Earth and across our solar system in preparation for its dimensional shift. Although they only utilize the standard healing modalities of the Galactarian alignment, they also have their own unique technologies that assist them along the way. They have a unique third eyesight which grants them vision into body overlays to repair the damage through DNA with the use of vibrational DNA language converters. Their multi-wave telepathy is so pleasant and beautiful, it almost sounds as if you're watching a film with amazing music accompanying the dialogue. With this heightened telepathy, they are also able to speak to any energy, including inanimate objects. Mantis beings. Like several other species, it may appear as if the mantis beings are void of feeling, cold, or even threatening. But they are very loving creatures that have emotions and avidly believe in the cosmic law of one. They dedicate their lives to the living light frequencies and hold that specific frequency to assist all beings to align to universal unification. But like with many races, there have been some that have fallen off that path. Some mantis beings have been seen in the background of abduction cases alongside the Greys. These creatures willingly choose to function as a singular hive mind, but they have the freedom to enter and exit the hive mind at will. Their hive mind functions as a sort of mind internet, communicating with others, sharing experiences, and expanding upon their knowledge. Gray insectoids. These creatures primarily act in service to themselves, however they are more of a neutral, secretive race that keeps to themselves completely. They are known to be very proficient geneticists, collecting genetic material from various races, though their intention and role in genetic engineering on Earth is uncertain. We have seen that when extracting genetic material, they use multi-dimensional tools to avoid inflicting pain upon abductees. Much like other Greys, they have exceptional telepathic range and abilities to become invisible and pass through objects. Sasani beings. These beings originate from the parallel Earth from 300 years in the future. They unfortunately lost their way and destroyed their planet. Over time, they mutated into Greys to survive, but they lost their ability to reproduce. They sought to harvest our genetic materials and crossbreed with us to create a number of different hybrids to help their culture survive. These beings lie and die by the 5 laws of creation. 1. You exist. 2. Everything is here and now. 3. The one is the all and the all are the one. 4. What you put out is what you get back. And 5. Everything changes except the laws. Their successful hybridization of humans have given them a sense of kinship to us and have shared advanced laws of physics with some humans to assist in our ascension. 7th Ray Race. This race has been bred from Earth genes and half-star nation genes with a divine purpose. When star seeds choose to incarnate, they enter into this cosmic contractual agreement. They are an intelligent, joyful, fun, spiritual, egoless, and peaceful race. Once all of their 12 chakras of the Yod spectrum have been activated, they become fully conscious. Being so close to the human race, the 7th Ray race, these beings will be assigned to sectors on the planet to become their master teachers. Syrian insectoids. This growing race primarily believe in service to self, but partial service to humanity. They are a neutral race that sometimes chooses to disobey cosmic law. Because of this, the starseed alignment is working with Sirian insectoids to bring them into full consciousness as part of the Galacterian alignment. These insectoids are still dualistic beings that use a language that sounds like a tonal buzzing. They are currently in the process of moving into the 4th density and are on the border of developing telepathic abilities. Zeta Lizard Humans. These followers of cosmic law love their interconnectedness to all beings and the heart and soul of the universe. They are very much in tune with nature, and nature in turn is tuned with them. They are proud members of the Galacterian alignment, many of them on board vessels over Earth, assisting with the great awakening of the planet. It gives them great pleasure to assist Earth's culture by elevating their minds, bodies, and souls, encouraging us to become one with the universe. Their empathetic telepathy helps them to uplift others when receiving their imagery, emotions, and words. People can't help but smile when they communicate with these beings. Dinosaurians. These creatures serve the Orion Empire in complete service to self. They are a malevolent race that seeks to intimidate mission starseeds, stop our spiritual elevation, and promote fear to lower vibrations. Another of their tasks is to infiltrate the warped minds of weaker humans, planting seeds of misinformation. They wish to push an idea that the nature of the universe is malevolent. Their strong telepathic projection abilities allow them to enter and poison the mind with fear, hate, and intimidation. Though they are 3rd density beings, they use this ability to project into other realms. Draconians. The legendary Draconians are firm believers that they were the very first residents of the universe and that it rightfully belongs to them. They feel total superiority over every other race, especially the human races. They are cold-blooded creatures without emotion like humans. They are built to fight with bodies that indicate it, even emitting a pungent odor that is meant to weaken its enemies. It is common for them to teach their children from a young age that humans are a waste product of the universe, though they don't emotionally attach to their young, letting them mostly fend for themselves. It is their belief that if a child cannot survive on their own, they are weak and deserve their fate. They are a very hierarchical race that takes it seriously, fighting for more meaningful spots in the clan. They are the fiercest tyrannical warriors in the universe. Their life is a never-ending conquest for power and control. They have conquered countless planets covertly from the inside. They are fiercely intelligent manipulators and puppet masters. Their primary means of attack is to alter less evolved civilizations by dumbing down and controlling them from afar. They do this for human food, resources, and underground territory. All the while, the population is unaware that they are being manipulated and controlled. They don't plan for immediate results. They plan everything out meticulously to guarantee their success. They wish to alter our consciousness, preventing us from ascending into the grandeur of the universe. It's been said that they have ruled over Earth from behind the cosmic curtain through 3 bases on our planet. There exists a small group of enlightened Draconians that have escaped to live peacefully or have ascended themselves. These enlightened Draconians want us to remember to judge the individual, not the race at large. They actively participate in breeding programs with humans at their whim. The malicious Draconians participate in breeding programs with humans at their whim. They enter and control the minds of lower vibrational individuals who have been compromised by negative, abusive, or gluttonous acts. Their craft hide in dimensional time pockets not known to man, but known and carefully watched by the Galacterian alignment. Alpha Albino Royal Dracs. These beings are considered royalty among their caste. They are leaders from a long genetic line of rulers. Creatures that stand upwards over 20 feet tall, they are absolutely monstrous creatures with wings and massive muscles of steel. The albino Dracs originally taught the Draconians, who were possibly created by the albinos, that the reptile community was the very first race and that they rightfully owned the universe. They taught them their strategies of domination, divide and conquer, infiltrate and manipulate. It is their cosmic goal to convert all species to a service of self mentality, and when they convert other races, they fold them into their own Orion Empire. The Alphas are the true masterminds behind the draconian grasp of Earth. They will oftentimes leave the controlling of individual humans to their draconian subordinates, while they pull the strings from above. They are short and militaristic in their communication style, with a quick telepathic message and a simple hand gesture when giving a command. The tone of their message and their gesture will convey the seriousness of the mission and the resulting consequences if they are to fail that mission. Dragon Dracs. These monstrous creatures stand up over 30 feet high. They believe in service to self at any cost whatsoever. They do not hesitate to kill or ruin anything that inconveniences them. They believe themselves to be the dragon gods that rule the universe. Not surprisingly, the Galactarian Alignment and the Angelic Corps have to keep a close eye on them. If these beings commit an infraction against cosmic law, it is imperative that the Dragon Drax auras are locked to holding cells on prison worlds until they are brought to trial. There have already been many convicted Dragon Drax, Alphas, and Draconians that have been put to soul death over their horrendous crimes. Dragon Drax travel in dark art motherships tooled to the frequency of the Undermonics, completely undetectable by even the Galactarian Alignment. Their crafts are made of organic technology that has been programmed with dark consciousness and evil intent. When they are discovered, they are able to slip from Darkverse to Darkverse or create temporary hidden sanctuaries to escape the Galactarian Alignment and Angelic Corps. To the Drax, it's all a game. Zeta Drax. This is a slave race created by the Draconians to expand their Orion Empire. Their purpose is to be bred, enslaved, and controlled. Most of them believe in service to self and human races to be scum of the universe. However, some have escaped their reptilian oppressors to become fully conscious, many of which have become part of the Galactarian Alignment. Zeta Drax have a telepathic ability to psychically enter dark consciousnesses in lower astral worlds to collect information and commit atrocious acts. They are also able to become invisible and pass through objects. Eol Reptoids. This race fled the Orion Empire to start their own society. They came across a fully conscious human race who understood their plight, so they helped them. They immediately began blending human DNA into their own genetics to slowly remove their aggressive traits over many generations. The Galactarian Alignment welcomed the Eol Reptoids to their program almost 100 years ago. They're a neutral race that prefers to keep to themselves, although they do contribute by sharing their history with star nations and younger worlds who are ready to ascend, especially younger reptilian worlds. These beings communicate by telepathy, but also through smell. They release pheromones that project mental images to their receiver. Iguanoids. These creatures are another race bred by the Orion Empire, comprising of half iguana, a quarter human, and a quarter evil gray, and 100% dominant genes. They wear black, hooded cloaks, thriving in the darkness while they commit their vile acts of service to self. They practice the dark arts, conjuring gloom all around them. They have a life goal of seeing people fail and preventing them from raising their consciousness. This feeds their egos and satiates their endless thirst for control. They are able to steal a person's inner dialogue and essentially become the voice inside of someone's head, convincing these people that these evil thoughts are their own. Although they have their own struggles, these beings are often treated with disdain by many of the species in the Orion Empire, though they would never speak or act against their superiors as they know they would suffer incomprehensible consequences. Lizardian People. These members of the Galactarian Alignment have a society ran by females, not as monarchs, but as social stewards towards enlightenment. They are very analytical thinkers and study social behaviors in many races. They oversee many of their negative reptilian counterparts. They seek to bring as many of them as they can into the light of consciousness. They wish for Earth people to know that reptilian and lizard people are not all barbaric. They only wish to be seen as fully conscious beings who are aware of the true meaning of life, living, and love. When these beings seek to attract a mate, they will project a telepathic form of ethereal music and melodies over clairvoyant airwaves. Reptarians. This race of creatures once occupied Earth and still exists today as our native reptiles that have evolved over time. The vast majority of the Reptarians left their own world long ago to join the Orion Empire. However, they eventually returned in their modern form, occupying our subterranean worlds. These creatures are known to manipulate human elites, institutions, and financial systems. They can be seen influencing religion and militarism. They also destroyed our own documented human history from all records and rewrote it to fit their agenda. Just like many other races, there are some that have started their own benevolent belief systems throughout the universe. Reptile imposter humans. These creatures are a hybridized race that have reptile, soul-infused humans bred with dark intention. They are absolutely indistinguishable from a beautiful Earth human. They are taught how to infiltrate a human society and blend in perfectly. They are created by hybridizing draconians with humans over and over until they are human in appearance. And from here they are propagandized and taught to worship darkness. They are indetectable to most people except human empaths and psychically aware humans. They have lower body temperature and blood pressure, and they will occasionally have their human eyes flicker momentarily to reptile eyes, which can be caught on camera. Imposters are dark telepaths and masters at stealing others' thoughts to learn how to most effectively manipulate them. Regalians. These creatures are thought to resonate with the cosmic law of one. They carefully select Earth residents to share information and insights with. They want their contactees to share this information with the rest of the world. This race speaks with a series of chirps, squeaks, and what sounds like kissing noises. This typically requires their use of a telepathic translator. Because of this connection, both parties are able to access the entirety of this conversation as a log that can be later accessed. They have their own motherships called Galactic Voyagers and work as neutral benevolent. Royal Dinoids. This monarchy-ruled society follows cosmic law of one alongside the Galactarian alignment. Their master teachers long ago awakened them. They now offer solace in their starseeds to teach their lessons with the people of Earth. Naturally, there exists a sect of dark dinosaur cultures that are negative, aligned with the Orion Empire. These creatures resemble and carry the DNA traits of the Tyrannosaurus Rex and many of the fiercest dinosaurs in our history books. The Royal Dinoids possess a unique healing technique that involved a liquid light substance infused with divine consciousness. Their speech is guttural, but they will typically use telepathy. Saurian beings. These creatures are born with a tail, but upon reaching teenage, it is customary to cut it off so a new, stronger tail will regenerate. And upon reaching adulthood, they are given the option to eliminate their tail permanently. Most seem to prefer it as it can be used for many other benefits. This race lives religiously by the all are one philosophy. They happily align themselves with the Galactarians. However, there are renegade Saurians who have split to align with the Orion Empire. Most of them are fascinated by other star nations' cultural similarities and differences, and they excitedly await the awakening of humanity. They have a heightened sense of smell that is unique to them in the Galactarian alignment. It is useful in other dimensions to sense danger, civilizations, and life in general. They have been known to say that each realm has its own fragrance. Serpent beings. Many of these devout practitioners of cosmic law will connect to Source daily through group meditations. It is believed that some live underneath Earth as well. They will occasionally share spiritual information with Earth humans like the Hopi Indians, who know them as the Shiti, their snake brethrens. There exists a sect of dark renegade serpents that derive pleasure in giving their good counterparts a bad name. Small reptoids. This is a grunt race of genetic creations by the Draconians. They are dispensable creatures with a small percentage of snake DNA. They serve as military scouts and swift, agile attackers. They are instinctual creatures that produce chaos by bouncing from enemy to enemy, dropping them and sinking their poisonous claws and teeth into their enemies. They are essentially the instinct and capabilities of a reptile that are being controlled by a draconian. Bat Bawuls. Not much is known about this demonic creature. Their religion is dark, sadistic, and completely self-serving. They feed off anger, contempt, despair, envy, grief, and suffering. They wish to destroy as many starseeds as possible, and they despise the Galactarian alignment and their goals. They are known to utilize telepathic hypnosis to manipulate the lower part of the brain and force them to comply. They use fear to gain control of them and destroy their physical bodies and souls through substance abuse. Like many of the malevolent beings, there are spiritual practices, meditations, and other consciousness-lifting activities that will shield you from them. They reside in the astral realm, and only powerful psychics and empaths can sense them. The Jowlin. These Yoda-looking creatures are wise sages and followers of the cosmic law. These beings are members of the Galactarian alignment and have been seen as medical or spiritual doctors. They are known to assist starseeds in establishing a healthy equilibrium in the ascension process. These beings also employ devices that allow them to levitate, become invisible, and pass through physical objects.